leveled
just
up to
choose
leveled up
6.
to level 6. Oh, this camera's not working.
Don't say that.
It's black. Oh no, look.
Alright, you just keep talking.
I am talking.
You keep
Hello,
talking.
everyone. Welcome
Do you
to
want
Land
me
of
to make
Prova.
sure that it's...
15, I need to get in here.
Oh, I don't mind if you can't see
Hello.
Yeah.
We're starting
Okay.
later because I had a long work day, and so we're all a little loopy.
It's been a long day for all of us.
It's been a long day, and it's been a long week, and I'm sure everyone else has had a long week and a long day too. And so, guess what? We're just sitting here ready to have fun. And
That's right.
we might kill things. We might not. Hey! Well, I'm still not there.
It's going to happen.
Eventually.
Why? Because I believe in it.
Because it must. And if
Because
not,
it's going to.
and if not, I'm not really pretty right now. We can just go
Anyway.
on with the voiceless DM. I'm good
That's
with
your
that.
job to counteract that. Go. No, honey, you're beautiful.
You're
Go.
beautiful.
There it is.
I love you.
No, I look like Wolverine with curly hair.
Look at me.
Hello.
Oh.
Every time they say Wolverine, I think of him with that dog.
Oh, the one with its tongue
Just walking.
sticking out?
Go back to your seat.
No, it...
Go back to your seat. No,
Oh
go
my
back
God.
to your
Fix
seat.
your hair!
Oh my gosh.
Go back
Funny.
to your seat.
Why did you ruin
Go
it?
back to your seat. We are playing a D&D game. It says not makeup in the chair.
It
We're
was
playing-
literally
Alright, yeah, I need to
a
get
quick
faster real quick.
fix.
So, on our last game, hey, I'm here.
Aha! I knew it.
I have returned.
I'm brilliant.
Hello, everyone.
Doesn't matter. I'm almost brilliant.
Hello,
Continue.
everyone. Last time on Land of Prova, our adventurers descended into the cursed lair of Morgmoins, where they found a Fey lord that had taken over when Asha had left, and had spent the last 1,000 years tormenting the Ashran people, twisting the forest, bending the animals to his will, and seeming to do quite a lot of research. After a very considering what it could have been a very quick combat, the party took this Fae captive and proceeded to question him. After getting very few to little answers, they decided probably best to kill him, and they did. Elazar, moving on with his mission, did exactly what he did, and fulfilled what his orders were. Got his little thing, and while he was at it, he decided to take a cursed artifact of Mordmoins along with him, and met with no opposition. The party is now reconvened around the body of the dead Fae, and with some questions in the air, as where is Amadri's brother's wife and son? What did Elazar actually take, aside from the cursed object of Mordmoins? And also, Azrael was seen in the direct area. So, where's he? And what is he up to?
Yay!
And we return into the library of the Temple of Mordmoins, with the currently dead body of the Fae, his blue skin becoming more and more pale as he bleeds out onto the floor.
From a slit throat.
From a slit throat. And you're sitting around with all of these scrolls and papers and all of these things around you that he seems to have gathered over thousands of years.
Set it all on fire. No, just fucking.
I immediately catch fire.
Oh my gosh, we're
No,
not
you
burning
know
In
it
the
what?
down.
crowded
Do not.
forest? Okay.
No, do not.
It's worked fine so far.
In the droughted forest.
Excuse me?
Okay, let's not do that. Let's calm down, everybody.
Let's
no
move on.
burning thing.
So what are you guys doing?
Waiting.
Did I look through the scrolls last time? If so, I don't remember what.
You did not take the time to fully look through everything because you were a bit distracted by Elazar and the Fae.
Can I...
You can assume that it would take days or weeks, maybe months to comb through all of this research.
Can I take a look through a few of the scrolls and kind of get like a gist of what's down here?
Okay, so there are many different rows and things. Give me more of a kind of age range or kind of subject that you're looking for, and then we can roll the investigation checks.
Oh, there's a subject, or...
Well, it's essentially scrolls, and once you have somebody who's kind of like this level of documentation, they tend to keep things organized.
Woohoo! I'm checking.
What are you checking?
So I'm going to close my eyes and smell for blood, which will lead me directly to anything that Azrael has touched in this room.
You can use those sommelier senses.
That's correct. And I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Ooh,
Nice!
That's great. You're looking for anything that Azrael has interacted with. Is I correct?
Yes, anything that he's interacted with that is, specifically I'm looking for anything that has like anything written on there that might tell us what it is he's doing.
Okay. Is anyone else looking for anything?
I will be just searching the room.
For what? Because if you tell me that you're searching, I'm going to say you're finding books and papers.
Treasure, the secret door.
Turn your reader off!
It is off. It's because it's
No,
my
it's not.
it's my ride or die guy. So.
Oh, wow. No, it's Ben.
It's Dad.
Nice.
Dad's things tend to come through no matter what.
It's him and Dad.
Yeah, Dad comes through no matter if my ringer's off or on, and it goes for like 3 minutes. Anyway, so you're looking for a treasure specifically.
Let's see. Let's focus on what we're here. We're anything that would lead us to her brother's wife and kid.
Brother's family.
So anything that would lead us to that.
If you want to remind us of his name, so we can stop saying your brother.
Zathrian.
Zathrian's wife and child. Anything that refers to them. Anything that would refer to how to get the petrified wood earth mothers, maybe unpetrified.
Well, you know how to reverse the Oakborn from a cursory glance previously stated, where you need to rewrite the arcane sigils, but you need to do it through stonework.
Okay.
So you need someone.
So we need Solace who can do
Solace and Malharas, because we need a wizard.
We need a wizard who understood the text and a stoneworker who can rewrite the symbols.
I think, if I can speak for Solace, who's not here right now, I think Malharas and Solace will kind of start doing what they can with that.
Well, that's a long ways up, and there's some stuff between here and there.
Okay.
So we'll get to there in a moment. But
okay.
I just don't want to say, like, you guys run off and then interact with three things.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
When you don't have people around.
You're right.
Okay, so she's looking for that kind of information. Just like information that would be, if there was any, because obviously Azrael's here, so, and he wasn't the other guy sent by Oberon.
So what are you looking
kind
for?
of like, I guess, anything that would lead us to know why Oberon, any clues?
So you're looking for objective...
Yeah.
So you're looking for, like, unseal the objectives in the area.
Yeah, in the area.
I'm going to help with that.
So both of you can roll, or you can give one person advantage for the investigation check.
Investigation. Who has a better investigation?
More than likely she does.
Let me look at my skills.
But you got a natural 20 for your sommelier skill.
That's true.
And so...
yeah, I got a +5.
Going deep into the musty tomes and scrolls, you're going past the earthen musk of the trees and roots, and you find not the scent of blood,
I give you advantage,
but the scent of kind of.
Do you feel like you could roll this? Do you feel good?
That's kind of sweeter, winey
Do you
scent.
feel good about this?
Oh,
that
I feel good about
you
this.
associate with Azrael.
Just a little concerned.
And you
would you like to roll with these dice?
Go off.
These are not my dice.
Veer off into
these
the
are
into
Lucas's
the
dice.
shelves, and you find
There's nowhere.
tucked back into one of the shelves. You find
forget
a
that
set
you're
of
here.
scrolls.
Okay.
Inside of these set of scrolls, They're written in Sylvan. Do you speak Sylvan?
So not this
That
dice.
is a great
This dice
Oh.
is
question.
now
I
good
don't
to me.
believe that I do.
Oh.
I do not speak Sylvan. Nope.
Okay, so but you do know someone who does speak Sylvan.
Souls.
Us.
Oh, you guys.
Me.
The Sylvans.
I'm not gonna tell him.
I say nothing.
But you do find 3 scrolls that smell like Azrael.
Yeah.
That he has handled
me
these.
and
Can you imagine?
Malharas,
That's gross.
actually.
Can you
Oh
imagine that?
man.
You just smell like blood.
Okay. For right now, I'm just going to. Do I get an idea of what kind of scrolls these are? Like, I could tell something is like a spell scroll or a journal or a.
These seem to be
schematic.
bound in one
A
kind of
schematic.
These things tend to seem to be bound, so there was like one study that somebody needed 3 scrolls to write down.
Okay, so it's a
So you see
study
like
of some kind.
one that was like a comprehensive study, so like a history or like findings or something, some kind of general description,
Mhm.
and then you see something with more diagrams in it,
Okay.
and then you see something that looks like spell writing or something like that.
And the
Like
two
it
of you
like
guys.
it was a objective diagram and then a solution.
Okay. And you two both speak Sylvan, correct?
I speak Sylvan. Do you speak
I do
Sylvan?
not.
I speak Sylvan.
I just checked. I don't.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're
I
saying.
think Malharas also speaks Sylvan.
I don't speak Sylvan. I
I thought-
speak Primordial.
I thought you did.
Many people speak primordial. I think you're the only one who speaks Sylvan.
'Cause
You're very important.
I lived
Yeah.
in the Fae for a
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring
longest time.
the scroll over to you and say this seems to be important. Azrael had it.
Meanwhile, also, you guys were going to investigate for something.
22.
22. So, as you guys are kind of like finding, and what were you guys investigating for? These are things you need to know.
Like if there's motivation.
So, you're
like,
looking for the objectives.
the objectives.
Objective in relation to like Oberon and
unseelie objectives.
Why
in
is
there.
Yeah,
the unsealing
for-
here? Why is this whole thing?
why are they in
So,
Ashura?
descending into the shelves, you guys kind of go way to the back, where like the dustiest and mustiest of tomes are, where like the vines are beginning to creep over the scrolls and books themselves, and deep in this spot where you find the moss covered scrolls and tomes, where like where you pick up a scroll and like a bug crawls out of it. You find a set of scrolls that are on like this normal like shoulder height shelf that are kind of just tucked away, and they are super dusty, extremely yellowed, moss on them, and it's right about now that Lux comes up to you and kind of taps you on the shoulder, and you kind of go for the scrolls, kind of unroll them, and they're in Sylvan.
Everything's in Sylvan.
When you're Fae, this is your common. Why
That
would you
makes
write
sense.
something in a language that you don't normally speak?
My group doesn't
That
speak
makes
that
sense.
language.
Did you learn it?
No.
Then you don't know it. Then you don't know it. But I assume that you then read these scrolls.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I will read
She
these
peruses the
scrolls.
So, reading Lux's scroll, because that one was the one that was found first, you find this is a comprehensive study of what Mord Moynes essentially called what we know as a kind of steeping effect, where you take a place of high magical concentration and you stick something in it for a long period of time, and essentially the magic grows into it and seeds itself into the object.
Okay.
In this study, the person that they sent was learning if he could start doing this with people, because he had gotten much great success with doing it to the animals. He had started with animals, and now he was going to start working on people.
Typical. Animal testing, now straight to human.
And he was working with cursed objects and various kind of plant powers that he had in the area.
Okay.
Specifically, everything that kind of had to deal with this, what he called primordial magic, which he uses primordial with kind of like air quotes on it, because he doesn't seem to exactly know what this magic is. He just assumes that it's very old. Meanwhile, the other scroll, the one that you guys found, way in the back, you guys found that this scroll literally is a numbered set of objectives. Like most important, second important.
Wow. Bullet pointed.
It's documented from the Unseelie Court and the Lord of Beasts. The Lord of Beasts and Madness. And it states for this Fae to go through a unregistered portal into Ashra to observe and understand the magic that resides within the area, to experiment with it, to find, locate, and understand the magical artifacts left behind by Mormoins and Ashra, to take control of the forest, and to ensure Fae lordship over the area. By any means necessary.
So for him, it was a land grab.
Yes. For them, it was a land grab. That this area had something interesting about it that the Fae wanted.
So,
Okay.
and his experiments were all the way up into the Oakbourne, where now people could go and fight for.
He seems to have found some level of seeding into people.
With help of Azrael.
With help of Azrael.
Because Azrael obviously has been doing this sort of work for a while.
Azrael has figured out how to... Azrael is the one who's done, from what he's told Lux in the Platinum City, he has found that the people of Torin Bond specifically are deeply steeped in magic from birth. That Torin Bond itself has magic in the air, in the soil, in the people. And he has found a way to tap into it.
Very interesting.
And then he's also found a way to distill it.
Marinated. They've been marinated.
But yes, these are what these scrolls say.
Well,
Are you looking for anything, Mahara?
So everything's kind of like written in a language I wouldn't really understand, right?
Yes.
He would pretty much know that he's not getting anywhere with that.
You have the staff, right?
I do have the staff. I don't know
Can't
if I
eat it
can,
yet.
I mean, I don't know how. I'd like to. Let me see what.
We might still need it
Yeah.
for stuff too.
all these logical people around me.
Eat first, ask questions.
Don't
I like
act
to-
out of your emotions. Come on.
You can run a check on it,
I
like
worry for
Arcana.
this
You can run a Wisdom check, a History check.
Who's going to be
I'm
logical?
gonna make a religion check to see the things that I can do with it,
Oh, I guess I'm
and that maybe other people wouldn't be able to, and if that includes how I would consume it, not now but later.
Okay.
I feel like that's also important. I don't know if that's you want that to be one check for the actions and then another check for the consumption thing, or
I'll give you a chance to roll either religion or history, and you can choose one, and you'll get answers for both of them based on that check. Unless you want to roll for both of them, then you can.
Where's my history? Yeah, that is a 21 history.
21. Sorry, I need some water. All right. So 21 history. And the staff is kind of laying before you, looking at its gnarled and twisted wood. You kind of lift up one of your little Bombay paws and put it on it. And in a moment, your magic and the staff's magics commingle and like send a wave of memories. that you have hitherto since lost, since your fall. You remember the creation of the staff. You remember your brother creation, your brother wish coming together, not only forming magic with your powers combined, but knowing that it would need guardians and need people to watch over it. These kind of wardens of this power. And you blessed these wardens with certain items and abilities, one of which was the Staff of the Forest. And you and your brothers formed the Staff of the Forest from the branch of a single tree that you guys keep in a shared garden back at your places, like where you had keep your houses. You had pulled a branch off the tree and imbued it all with your magics combined. And upon giving it to the twins that you decided to send, one obviously took it for their own, and the other demanded a similar item of something of similar make and power. With that, the memory continues on, and you remember handing the staff to the girl. You remember that the staff was created with your powers combined, and that anyone seeking to use the staff would end up calling on one of these powers more than the other. That somebody who is more destined to create would find more of the creation powers. Somebody who's more destined to enforce their will on things will find more of those powers. And somebody more tending to destroy will find those powers embedded in the staff. But it depends on what they want to find. You can assume that the staff will react with your magic similarly to how it would react with others. That it would tend to lead to those more destructive capabilities. You might get minor ones of others, but you're not sure.
So what would happen if one of us had it?
You don't know? Iron magical artifacts are incredibly powerful because they immediately bind themselves to the user.
I immediately grab it. No. Find it? Find it.
Everyone's jumping for the staff.
You become a part of the tree.
Give it, it's mine.
No more fire spells for you.
You were part tree.
I know.
Now you love the trees. Now you're the Lorax who speaks for the trees. But that is what you get from that.
Do I get anything from about how to absorb it, or?
You think back to what Law said to you, that it was and that what the cartographer said to you, that it was possible to kind of consume these artifacts, that they had found several on their travels, and they understood that it was possible for the Aya to reclaim these magics. You can assume that with like a kind of ritual, and in kind of keeping with how you and your brothers made the staff, you can unmake the staff.
Oh, you're the one who made it. You're the architect of this disaster. Just set it on fire.
Well, if he can unmake it and get his power back, that's what we want.
Yeah, that's kind of what
We want the kitty with the power.
We're gonna need to use it before I do that.
Yeah.
You can assume that it'll take like a long rest for you to unwind the magical powers of the staff and reabsorb them. Okay. It's not something you just go.
Well, that would be cool.
Can I figure what would happen to the excess 2 powers?
What Law said is that it would funnel into you.
Okay.
So you'd get all of the power, but it'd be more kind of akin to what you know. You might get some other abilities, but you're not exactly sure. It's not like you can pick and choose.
Okay.
You might get other abilities, you might not.
Alright. Perfect.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything else in this space?
I think that's what we...
Can I see if I can find any information on the tree mothers and what he said made sense? Like, why would they need a way to undo them? Why would they ever try and find a way to undo them? But just to see if she can find maybe something written that could help her find a way to undo what was done to them.
Rolling investigation.
Uh, 23.
All right. Kind of standing in the same kind of area where you found the original objectives. Kind of going down the aisle and finding another set of. You find a tome this time, and inside of this tome you find kind of schematics and word designs and these kind of like glyphs of power, in which you find the original term of Tree Mother, which was originally Tree Maven. He originally called them Tree Mavens, and which then later became Tree Mother, as was said by the Asheran people. They found it more acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
The Tree Mothers are a group of people that he pulled who had particular magical talent. And he then with a previous study where he was kind of wondering on what he could do to steep ancient magic into people, he found a way to accelerate that by making them one with the land. And you find these glyphs that he said must be applied to the skin, which would then turn them into Tree Mothers.
So it's a glyph on the skin. So theoretic.
Kind of like a curse. Right?
Well, none of us.
Thinking more of like a soul binding.
Or like a gash or something.
Like, not like a gash, it's more of like a binding contract. Something like your guys' pacts,
Okay.
except to a deity, he's making it to the land.
Well, that kind of sucks.
And then he has glyphs on them so that they're under his control.
So he's dead now. So those glyphs should theoretically be gone if it's to him.
Is that what happens with magic?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I would think that
I've never played
I would think if Braun.
spellcaster.
I think if Braun died, my pact with him would be done.
The rules.
Or if I died, Braun's pact would be gone.
Well, it's more of like if a spellcaster casts a spell that goes beyond their lifespan, does the spell immediately fail when they die?
I don't know.
So, like,
Wait,
if this
what?
enchanter enchants a weapon with magical abilities, and then he dies, does the item lose its power?
In that case, I would think no, but
No.
No, it immediately uses the next person as a battery to charge that same spell, so you get sucked up into it too.
That'd make magic weapons a lot creepier.
That's a real curse item right there.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
the person who's like, I have this magical sword, it's my favorite. Dude, he's dead!
Just touched it. He said he was feeling it.
But I can use the sword now. Timmy's dead!
Great. Okay.
I think that if you're looking for more of this, you might want to go to the upper rooms.
I am going to start tracking.
Ooh, you track? What you track?
I'm tracking as.
Okay. You want to give me a sniff check?
I have advantage on tracking down fiends and undead, and he's an undead,
Yes, you did.
and so I rolled a 17.
Give me oh, you rolled a 17 for your sniffer.
For my sniffer, that's even better. Oh, it's the same number. It's
It's
the
the
same
same.
plus. So
Okay. So you get a sense that there's only one exit. That he kind of went up that way. So there's one exit that kind of leads to a staircase up, and you went that way.
I'm gonna start going.
All right. You're not waiting for anyone?
Nope.
All right. Just go.
They're all searching.
So you guys looking around? Lux is gone.
Is he? Oh, so is he gone before? I'm done with my thing.
So it kind of is one of those things where you guys all kind of come back together, and you saw Lux kind of walk up to you as you were starting your thing. You guys all come together, and you guys are like, "Okay, are we ready to go? Yeah, are we ready to go? Are we ready to go? Ready to go? Where's Lux?" You guys all collectively kind of look at the staircase.
Because, wait, aren't the tree mothers on the same floor as we're on?
No, I thought they were-
No one has ever said that.
No, he
I
said
thought they were
that
the
they
ones
kept
on
The
the-
guy.
He said that there was another room where the original.
He said that they were here. He never said they were on this floor.
He just said they were in another room, and we assumed they were here.
Oh.
He said they were here. Never once did he say they were on this floor.
Okay, so we need to search for doors and things like that.
There's a staircase.
That's it. No secret doors,
Okay.
no anything like
You've given this place a thorough investigation.
Okay.
There is nothing else here.
Okay. So we will start.
Because you can sit here and be like, I investigate the floor. And I'm like, it's a floor.
that. Okay, we go upstairs then. We're
Okay,
gonna
we
take
will
the
start
DM
going
note.
upstairs.
Okay.
Following Lux.
Lux, you reach the room first.
My intention is not to barge in anywhere. I'm just trying to scout ahead.
Well, there are no doors
Okay.
in this staircase.
Well, I'm actually going very slowly to see what's going on. So.
There are no floors in this staircase. There are no doors in this staircase. You kind of just walk up into this next area.
Okay.
And you kind of are met with this kind of twisting, winding hallway that it's just is covered in roots. You'd almost think that you're actually inside of a root system itself. As you kind of walk into this open space, it's quiet aside from the kind of like cracking sound. That's kind of like if you're walking through a forest and you kind of are like crushing leaves and twigs underneath your feet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in a steady pulsing sound.
I'm going to immediately try to do some stealthy stuff and probably even walk on the walls.
Inside of this room, there is kind of a low light kind of shining from these amber lamps that kind of line the walls.
Mhm.
Inside of this room, you see a number of trees that are kind of like are two trees that have been crisscross and wound together. You see them you see a number of them inside of this room.
Okay. They're on the opposite side of the wall, or
Well,
the
they're
rest
just
of the room?
layered throughout the room.
Okay. So I'm just gonna sit at the entrance there and try to make myself inconspicuous and wait for the rest of the group to join me and just kind of watch everything.
So why don't you roll me a stealth check?
That would be a 15.
All right. So you kind of try to huddle back against the root system, kind of taking a look at all of these trees as they kind of all kind of collectively
3 levels in rogue, and then
shift
just to get that Inquisitor.
and kind of move slightly, as if there was a breeze, but there is none underground. And it's not too long until the rest of your party starts tramping up the way. Everyone roll me a perception check.
Gosh darn it.
25.
7.
That wasn't for any of y'all.
Wow, yeah, that's his make fun of you voice.
Yeah, I've got my hand out
We
behind
all
me, so
sound
when
like
they
that.
first see me, they know that I'm telling them to slow down.
Okay.
She is gonna stick.
25.
25. So Amadrya and all the rest of them start coming up. Amadrya leading the way, and Amadrya is like, "Where the heck is Lux?" And she kind of walks out into the space, and Kitu's following right behind her. She's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
It's right there.
25,
And she kind of
dude.
turns around. And she's
God, I didn't notice anything, evidently. At 25, we just stumble on over each other.
So you guys notice him kind of like. So you notice the hand kind of up, but Amadrya does that thing where like Lux is sitting here, and she kind of goes, "Where the heck is he?"
He's hiding.
And then then you guys point him out, and she's like, "Oh."
The trees are moving.
And you guys once are entering into this space, and you see the low light around these kind of crisscross trees. You see them slightly shifting. You hear that pulsing sound.
Oh, can I use that bonus action? Where's the bonus action? Where is it? Where's eye for detail?
I didn't do something on my character sheet, I don't think.
So I'm going to use eye for detail. I can use a bonus action to make a perception check with advantage. I can decipher and uncover clues and objects. Obviously.
Okay.
20. And then I have my... Oh, okay. Just like paper, I'm telling you. Investigation is +4. So 24.
24. So you investigate.
I am
this
looking
room.
around. Yep. I'm doing my
So
investigation.
investigating means you go up and you investigate.
Hold on.
Perception is you're just looking at it,
Okay.
trying to perceive something about the room.
Then let me make sure I have a plus. What my
Investigation is
wow, then it's better.
hands-on.
28.
28 for perception.
Perception. PERCEPTION. Perception +8.
Okay. Kind of looking into the room. You're looking at these trees. And you're looking at them and you're like, what's up with these trees? It's so weird to have a room just filled with random trees. And you're looking at them and you realize that they're not cross trees. They're trees that kind of grow in an X. And you see the leaves kind of grow up and into the upper ceiling and walls. Like they're kind of stretching out. Like these are like the kind of exposed roots of something else.
Oh, so these are like roots.
Yes, these things. You're not exactly sure what these things are. It's because it's a little far away and it's a little dark. So it's not like dark in the room, so your dark vision's not activating.
Can I
You can go up and investigate.
Can I like Mask of the Wild step in and because it's dark, I can hide and stealth better, and then go in and kind of look at one a little bit more closely.
Yeah.
She's like, make sure you cover me, guys. And then I investigate it more.
So you kind of walk up to these trees, and I want you to roll me a nature or investigation check.
I'm casting guidance on you, by the way.
So you get an extra D4 if you want it.
Oh, well, I want it. I always want extra. Oh, that's great. 22.
22. What did you roll? Investigation or nature?
Investigation.
Investigation. So you're walking up to these trees, and you kind of are creeping along using your natural wood elf camouflage.
Woodiness. I would think that would be very beneficial. In
So you're
wooded
walking
area.
up, and you're kind of looking at the first one of these kind of X-like root systems. And you go up, and you're kind of looking at it, and you see like the bark kind of growing. And you're kind of looking at it, and it's inside, in between the bark. But you see like the exposed like marrow of the tree. And you're like
Boom.
kind of looking at it, and you, what's up with that knot? That's so weird. And you kind of are looking at it, and you realize it's a foot, like near the base of it, kind of following up the marrow. You see a bark system clamped onto like a leg.
So it looks as if it's more like the oak-born kind of thing.
Much more rudimentary. And you kind of are following it up, and you see a person in this kind of X position.
Oh, so they're just standing there.
Head down, like fully like integrated into this thing.
Do I see the eyes and stuff?
No, you see them kind of almost look like they're sleeping. In almost a form of suspended animation.
They're part of this thing, or they are...
They are part of the wood.
They're kind of
They
part of
are
it.
the crisscross trees. Are
or
these people
like
standing?
tortured.
They're kind of like the
Or both.
Planet of the Apes exes, like people.
Mix that with the Borg.
So they're like one hive-minded.
Okay. It's a hive mind. So
And you
there's
see
no...
and you see like this you see this like Asheran woman sitting in this thing.
Redhead.
She is it a redheaded woman,
Yes.
relatively youngish.
Well, I mean they're elves.
Oh jeez, a youngish elf
They're elves.
in the 30s, in her like early 200s.
They're elves.
Is she my
She,
age,
um,
or is
Point
she
her out to
older?
me.
Yeah, she looks.
They're kind of young.
She looks good.
She's kind of on the
She's-
younger side.
She kind of steps back quietly and she looks over at Amadrya, and she's like,
You gotta get closer.
she,
And you see about, like, kind of looking off into this room, you see about 30 of them.
oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I thought I didn't think
They
this
wanted
was a
to
big
turn
room.
me into this.
I didn't think it was that big a room.
They wanted to turn me into this.
Okay, but it looks like their branches go up into the ceiling.
Yes.
Like they look like they are the ceiling.
Like they're connected to it, yes.
Yeah.
So does it look like So it's her bone. Her skin is.
Well, like where the marrow of the tree would be, you see her leg.
So she is part
So
of
like
this.
you see
This
like
is
the
like
meaty
not a
part of her
removing
leg
thing.
kind of like acting more like wood.
Okay.
I think we should light them all on fire.
No.
I don't. Okay, so I don't know if we can reverse this or not, but if we can't, then she's gone. She goes to another one just to see like if she can. Does there any? Does it appear that they're all women?
They're
So
all
these
wood.
are all the mothers,
These
the
are all
tree
mothers,
mothers. So she goes back and she's like, "We found the tree mothers, and that first one is, I think, who we're looking for."
While you're kind of going around looking at all of them, you see like on the back of the tree where like their back would be, you find the kind of more exposed skin where you find the glyphs.
There's actual skin.
where like their exposed skin would be
Okay.
if they weren't like inside of the system.
Yeah.
And you find the glyphs written like in this on the back in their skin.
Does it look like that's like the tree glyph, like that binds them to the?
That the one that you found on the scroll.
Okay. Okay. So they're on the back of the neck. So if we could remove them, that would be great. Okay, and there's about 30 of them.
30.
Okay, and there's none of them that look like small children.
No.
Okay.
Looked
So
like they went for kind of age range.
She's like conveys that to her, and the glyph is on the back of the neck, but it looks like they're fully incorporated.
It does.
Like the marrow of the tree is the bone of the woman.
The marrow of the tree
This
is
is
the
kinda-
woman,
This is
not
kind
the
of,
bone of the woman.
This is
The
this is
marrow of the tree is the woman.
This is kind of like
We're
a little
going past the bark and the fenlon.
primordial matrix going on here.
Question from any of my past experiences, would I have any idea on how to remove a glyph?
No.
No. Not even from...
No.
Who's our wizard? Is it you?
Yeah.
I'm tracking Azrael again.
Okay.
15.
Man.
Kind of in a similar path. He seems to have been moving up.
So it seems like he would definitely. Well,
Like he was
Did-
going.
I'm looking specifically to
because
see what
the-
path he took around these mothers.
The Fae told him that deal with these intruders, and we can talk. See, he seems to have left to kind of. You're not
Find
sure if he
us.
went to talk to someone, to kind of see on the kind of renegotiation of this issue, or if he was actually going upstairs to try and deal with you.
then he would have noticed where we were, and he would have.
I don't think he would be so. I think he knows we went down there.
I think he was letting
And
us
what
allowing
was
us to kill
happening
him.
was he you don't talk to Big Boss like that.
Mm-hmm.
He let him get killed, and now
And
he
because
thinks
he I'm sure he's pretty confident that he could snatch his prize from us because we're not all that amazing. I don't know Azrael.
Yeah, I would hold your action to swallow the staff because he's going to take it from us.
It's a long
It's a
long
ceremony.
rest. I wouldn't be able to just like.
so. We have to defend.
Hey, that's
this,
not the old college spirit.
We
Right?
have to defend this. We have to defend this thing no matter what. Or
Yeah.
destroy it.
You can try hiding it somewhere. You can.
Don't we have like a portable hole or something like that?
Give it to Brahm.
Oh, I could do that. Give me the staff. He's not gonna
It
use it.
sounded great until you said, "Give me the staff," and then
It
I
didn't
regret
sound great
everything.
before.
Everyone went, oh, no.
So you just want to, you can
I
take.
regret
Someone
my
give me a
decision.
cloth. Give me a cloth. Someone.
Oh, the cat, the little tiny cat with his giant stick. I wonder who has the staff.
Shut up. Give me the piece of cloth.
Oh,
What is your
would
prison
you like my
wallet?
outfit? What would you like? I don't know. I don't hear bolts of fabric.
You carry a whole party outfit.
Did you see the part?
It was kind of skimpy. I don't know.
Here you go. Have the purple.
I wrap the staff around it. I wrap the cloth around the staff, kind of keeping it covered.
She's like, yeah.
He is not supposed to unwrap this at all. He's just supposed to put it down because this staff is extremely dangerous, and I don't want it to end up imploding your ring and bringing him into the world, because it might.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's also a staff made of wood.
Yes.
give
It's
you
very. I mean, I assume that it's
would assume
powerfully and magically protected against fires and things like that. I would assume, being
one of the
deity
creators.
made.
I don't know. I'm not.
Okay, so she takes it, opens the ring.
So you
No
go,
rules.
because you have to go in.
I know.
So you pop in and you.
I give.
Braun is sitting there with Gallant, and he's like, "Hi."
She gives a quick scan of the room of a place that might be good to put something like this. Like, is there an umbrella stand?
You see like a coat rack where you see umbrellas would be if it ever rained.
Okay, so she goes in there and she puts it in there. She makes sure it's tucked in. She goes, "Don't touch this, guys." She goes, "Especially you. Don't touch it."
I'm not storage.
I'm not asking you to store it. I put it in the coat closet.
Where do you think it is? This is my home.
Okay. It's important that we keep this safe. Can we keep this safe here, please? I'm asking you, please. You won't give me the guy. Can I at least store this here?
No, I'm not giving you the guy because you gave me the guy, and I'm keeping the guy.
It's not very nice.
Nice.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Whoever said I'm nice?
Slavery.
But you have been nice. Do you have a meat pie handy? I kind of hungry.
Yes, they're in the fridge.
She goes and gets a meat pie, and she comes back.
We're gonna
She
fight
comes
for
back.
our lives.
She
She's
goes,
gonna have a snack.
she goes, would you please just leave that there? We'll be back for it.
Where is the mustard? As we're dying.
We'll be back for it.
Actual
Fine.
Dracula is just like killing everyone.
This is the last time I'm being storage.
Storage. We're working together here.
If you bring something in here to store, you stay in here.
But then I can't be stored.
Then
Okay.
you take it with you when you leave.
Okay, well then this... Can I trade it out?
No!
If I take this one, can I put it up?
No!
I'm not actually storing anything else.
No!
I'm taking something away and putting something...
No! You're making me
Taking
want to
this
say no
meat
to
pie.
this one.
But what
I'm
happens...
leaving
Okay, so
the-
what happens
the
if
magical
I need
artifact.
to protect somebody?
If I find them interesting enough, I might keep them.
But what if they're one of my party? Can I shove them in here just for a short rest so that they can come back out and
I
not die?
think you can find other things to do with them.
We're working together. Remember, it's a partnership.
I think he's upset because
When was the last time you gave me ingredients?
You're right.
When was the last time you gave me ingredients?
Give me a
When was
list.
the last time you did something for me?
Give me a list and I will have it to you. You're absolutely right. Actually, I lost my save and you burned down half the tree. So that was actually kind of...
That wasn't for me. That was on you. You failed, and you're blaming me for
No.
your failure?
No, I did not blame. It was not blame. It was saying, "Oh look, what a joyous vacation you had." No, but give me a list and I'll go get ingredients for
What
you.
a joyous vacation you had.
I'll give you a list. This
And
is
I'll
the
get
last
the
one
list.
I'm doing.
But if I'm
Well, it's
making
the last
sure I'm
one,
keeping
then.
up with the partnership.
If you continually get me ingredients for a certain amount of time, we can talk. I'm not talking like, oh, I'll get you ingredients now, and then I expect a bunch of stuff later. No, I'm expecting solid levels of ingredients for a certain amount of
Okay,
time.
so I'm not by any place I can get fish, so don't put fish on the list.
I'm not asking for fish, I'm asking for ingredients.
Okay.
This is the DM's way of
I'm
saying
fine.
he doesn't want us cheating.
I'm
This is the DM's way of saying that your lawful evil patron hasn't been acting very lawful evil, and you think you've kind of abusing it. Him being like, I'm gonna steal one of your friends next time.
Okay, so just give you a list and
Maybe one
I'll
who's
manage.
not currently at the table.
I'll manage you
The
to.
hand comes out of the ring.
I guess the staff was too much. Okay, so list,
do, don't
and I
eat it.
will go shopping, and I'll bring it back.
I'll send you a list.
Oh, okay.
Tater tots.
I get to keep the meat pie.
You
I'm
can
gonna-
keep the meat pie.
I'm gonna take 2. She gets 2.
Don't push it.
I'm hungry.
Okay. I'm gonna actually take 3.
No, I'm just taking 2.
1 I'm eating now, and I'm taking 2 with me.
And you leave.
I think it's a cheap move. The galleon has to stay here, but that's okay.
Get out.
I'm going.
Get out.
So remind me, she's going into her ring. This whole time she went into the ring,
Yes.
which means there's a ring just sitting on the floor.
No, Little Fry has it.
Little Fry sitting
Anytime I
I pick
have.
up Little Fry.
Throw him in the
At the mothers.
Do you want us to die?
Now you have to carry the
In a,
charcoal.
in a panic, Little Fry immediately changes into a big orange spider.
Oh, thank God.
And you see him just...
Ooh, I hate that noise.
It's a good noise. It is
Oh,
creepy.
man.
Okay, so she's gonna come out.
And suddenly you're standing there and you're like looking at your party and you're like, where the heck am I? You turn around and you see the tree mother like,
What just happened here?
and you see Little Fry as a big scary spider on the tree mother, like on her shoulder.
She says,
I can explain.
it's okay. She goes, it's not my day for gifts, okay? Let's just work together here. Team.
So he's touching the mother.
Yes.
Nothing's happening.
All right, I'm gonna walk right past him.
Mm-hmm. You assume that the person who's controlling them
It's dead.
is dead, and so they kind of are stagnant.
That's what I was waiting on. I'm gonna move right past them and go straight upstairs.
So you immediately go up the stairs again.
Yep.
Are you guys doing anything else on this floor?
I want to try and find a way to release these people because they're completely innocent in all of this. And they were kind of taken against their will.
Do we know anything about how?
Do
to
we
release
know
them
that,
through
though?
like the
Yes,
stuff that we
because because I know I was almost taken against my will.
Because like it
And I
seemed
know my
like
sister-in-law was.
it seemed like the idea of them. Well, I guess yeah. Since he's been here forever. So.
Did we find anything on how to release these guys or no?
No.
No.
Okay. At least we know where they're at. We can always come back and
They're not going.
sitting there and staring at them is not gonna help.
Yeah.
And they're the originals.
Not. Well.
Oh yeah, the freaks are up on the top.
Yeah, these are the
These are the
These are
OGs.
the-
These are the actual people.
Yeah.
Those are the.
like the
I think
avatars.
They said the husks.
The avatar.
Oh yes, gotcha.
He called them
You
husks.
said Avatar, and that totally made sense. It
Okay.
totally connected for me now.
Okay.
Yeah, not Last Airbender, like
No.
James Cameron.
Yeah.
Blue people, not. Okay.
That was Ben. He was James Cameron.
That's true.
Yeah, moving.
So moving on. You see Lux immediately going up the stairs.
Well, we better not get too far behind
No.
him.
Nope.
Someone's on a mission. Gonna
See-
kill the vampire.
You go up into the next space. You, Lux, go up into the next space. And this one is extremely different than you would have imagined to see. This one is kind of like an almost bedroom. This is somebody's quarters. You see a large kind of wooden slatted floor that kind of almost looks like a training floor for like martial arts. You see a desk, a kind of loft thing with like a bed and some like rudimentary stuff. Like you see a pathway where you see like a bathroom, and you see this racks of weapons, and you just see this kind of space. It's empty.
I grab something nearby and I throw it into the empty space.
Throwing it into the... Grab one of the weapons. You see like a bow staff and you chuck it into the empty space. And you hear just ting, kind of clutter to the floor.
I'm going to start rummaging through everything. If anything looks important and is not
You
just
find a
underwear.
desk over just underneath the loft.
Mm-hmm.
Where you see like layers of books and things. And you see like what you can call like a journal in one of the things. You actually see a couple of versions of a journal.
Yep. Start reading through.
Skimming. Do you read the older one or the younger one first?
The
There's
one
an
that's
older
newest.
journal and the younger journal.
The one that's newest. The
So
newest
you read
journal.
the newest journal. You see an accounting of like somewhere around like couple hundred years. You're not exactly sure like how long, but you
This
see
is the new
entries
one.
for like time, like a certain space of time.
Okay.
Where like and they go from being like little writings of like what you almost can account as like maybe like a 6-year-old writing about their day, like you know the penmanship isn't very good and like you know it's like today I did this, it was this,
Oh, we're looking for a kid.
and you see it go through like kind of skimming. You see it go through time and the penmanship get better and better and better. And near the end, you see words where like he's like, I'm going through my trials now. Soon, according to the Lord of the Forest, if I complete these trials, I'll be the next Asheron champion.
I
That's,
will be. What's his name?
Yeah, the guy who just set off on us.
And he says that if I do this,
Elazar.
I'll be able to
Elazar.
I'll be able to protect the forest from the person who stands at the forest's edge and threatens to keep the village here and threatens to keep us from expanding the glorious
No.
forest.
This is my nephew. Because that's Zathran.
Nice. So he went and took his trials. He's now the BBEG we're going to have to destroy.
The BBEG.
And you see, so that was the younger journal, and then there's an older journal.
I'm going to skim through that one.
The older journal is a much larger stretch of time. That one's about maybe 800 and like, maybe not 800, but like 300, 400 years of just text. As you're seeing like text upon text upon text upon text
I
upon
didn't think
text.
he was that old.
And you're seeing like all this stuff. You're like, wow, what the heck? And you're just going through all this stuff, and you see him like, I'm
supposed to be in our village.
I'm being married off to someone from the village. A bit of a problem, but you know, we'll make sure that she's taken care of. We will pull her back into the fold. And then you see like some days go by, and you see him say that she's gone. But don't worry, I've been given another problem. She will soon know the glories of Asherah. She will soon know.
I've been given another problem, isn't that?
That
Nice.
you just going through it. He seems to be
Yikes.
married. He seems to be married off to all like the people in the village who are asking questions, maybe not conforming, and
he gets the problem,
pulls
girls.
them, and you see that he ends up marrying them. But then he says, "What greater purpose is there to be not only married to me, the champion of Asherah, but to be married to the forest, to be the mother of the forest? Because as I am its champion, they will be its caretakers and its guardians." And you see that he then is pulling back these women to then become tree mothers.
Wait, do you tell me this?
I'm waiting for you guys to
So you guys are all coming in. You see this kind of
Burn the
space.
boat.
So he
What
married.
does it mean?
He's a big old tree gigolo.
A tree gigolo.
A trio.
baby.
This is
A
Aspen.
tree-gigolo?
This is Aspen. This is Birch.
So you come in and you see Lux reading these books.
What are they?
See this kind of space where it's a kind of like a bedroom and kind of thing.
Nothing.
Nothing important. Nothing important.
You just read about the tree mothers and Gigolo Elzar.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. So,
Elf Gigolo.
I hand you the
Gigolo.
youngest one first, and I say, I think this one's about the young boy that we were trying to find, and I think the one I'm reading now is about you.
About me.
Yes.
And she.
You were the first problem.
Elazar. And she's reading through and she goes. And she's gonna look and see if she finds like a name on the journal.
You're going through and you find the name Marson.
I'm also looking through to find if there's anything of value of like anything that might help us understand like what this room was used for, anything of value that we might be able to use later.
Okay, you can roll me an investigation check.
I'm gonna read through Elazar's.
Okay.
And when I find the bit about the what happened to its wives, the book's gonna kind of fall from my hand in shock.
30-20.
Okay. Going through, you kind of finding this place as finding some things where you're like discussing magic, discussing devotion, discussing like various sword and weapon forms. You're finding like this was a training ground for someone to be turned into a weapon.
Excellent.
You finding like the tools of like training someone in weapons combat, like assessing someone to pain. So like making sure that someone like is able to withstand a level of pain, a level of torture. Someone who's able to cast certain levels of magic.
I toss the things that are about magic over to my cat buddy, and I pocket the ones about training because I might read them later.
You do find a note in here that has a seal on it in kind of amber sap wax, and you kind of smell it. You take a big sniff of it, and you get Azrael scent from it.
Excellent. It's got wax on it?
Yes, it's sealed.
Excellent. I take it and I throw it against the wall so that the wax seal comes into contact with the wall and cracks the wax seal. Therefore, if there is a spell on it, which it most likely is because it's Azrael, it'll explode over there and then I'll be able to open the damn book.
So you crack it against the wall, nothing happens.
The seal is broken?
Seal's broken.
I pick it up and I throw it against the wall again so it opens up.
So you throw it again, opens up, nothing happens.
Excellent. I pick it up and look at it.
So you pick it up and look at it,
And then I die.
it is labeled from a person named Marson.
Marson?
Marson.
Okay.
Explaining, Lord, our guest has come to me saying that we have intruders within the temple. I must fulfill my duty as the champion of Ashra, and I will go with him to do battle with these rogues. He says that we might need to do some traveling in order to fully deal with them. I shall return.
I look over at you again and I say, we're going to have to go and kill that friend of yours. He's
Do
working-
not kill my nephew.
I'm not saying that we're going to be the ones who are going to try to do the first fighting. He's going to fight us. And I toss the book at him, and I toss the book at her and say...
It's a piece of paper. It's a single tri-folded piece of paper. So he's just like, nyeh.
So I give it to you and I say, I think he might be hunting us. We might not have a choice. If you have any bright ideas or considerations, we need to know before we meet this
You
person.
can't give him to Braun.
He's
He has a
He's
no exchange policy.
he's my brother's son. He's got a bit of rebellion in him. He's got the same blood as my brother, the same blood as me. Me and Zathrian both saw through
If you have any ideas,
Ashra.
then you need to give it to us now before we meet him, because I have a feeling when we meet him, we're not going to be able to think through anything. We're going to be defending ourselves.
You're going to need to subdue him. Sleep, maybe?
I don't know. He looks like he's been
And
trained.
I look at you straight in the eyes and I say, grab a hold of your shoulders, and I say, if I can, I will take him out, and I will bring him back immediately so that he's... Same thing that we did with the last guy.
Please.
That might be, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that happens, but if we can't reason with him, that might be our only hope.
Please, my brother. I promise my brother I'd bring him back to him.
So we
I
need
will
to
do this before I go and pursue Azrael. That's the strongest
Thank you.
promise I can make.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kill him. That's good.
It's good.
We're gonna
Maybe
try to
even
knock
a-
him out, try to put him to sleep. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna kill him and bring him immediately
Maybe
back.
even a suggestion spell. I don't know.
I'll do whatever
Maybe
I can.
it may be simpler than that. You might just be able to mention his father, his mother, and some of the
I don't
things that
think he
happened.
knows that Zathrian's his dad.
So you might want to just start yelling stuff at him while I'm kicking his butt. Or he's kicking mine. Either direction is a good time for talking. If you see me kill him, you know I'm not going to leave him like that.
Remember.
Still got Spirit of Dying, and it is a cantrip.
That's
I see.
true. Spirit of Dying is a cantrip.
I can spare you, but that won't stop you from dying.
Yeah.
Just because I spared you doesn't mean I'll stop you.
That's right. We spared the other guy too. For a
He
moment.
died. This man was spared until he wasn't.
That's right.
Until my feelings said he shouldn't be.
After that, I'm going to look around real quick if there's any kind of improved weapon or armor or something else that might help me. If not, I'm
You see
walking
that
out.
everything here is kind of like that. Anything that was kind of like more impressive was taken out of this room when they left. You see an empty stand where like
So Azrael might have
armor and
taken
weapons,
the
but
young
they
man
left.
with him.
I'm going to grab a dagger if
Azrael
there's
did
one.
take the young
You-
man
they-
with him.
most of the other
Did
weapons
take
are
mine.
made of wood, so they're like wooden training weapons.
That's it.
I'm still going to take a little bit of dagger or something I'm going to throw.
Okay. So you find like some like eskrima sticks,
Okay.
some like cobby sticks. That's kind of it.
Okay. I'm going to use it probably to throw at something and see what happens.
You can light it.
Light it on fire.
Hey.
And then off I go.
What a nice little vacation you had.
So, as you guys are kind of heading back up, you find yourself in that original floor where you guys jumped through the hole.
Oh.
And,
Oh shit, we're in the same place we were last time.
and as you guys are standing up here, you looking at the singed
Hold
ember
on.
trees.
That means we would have found that kid and he would have tried to kill us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad we went down this way? He's alive because we went down the hole.
Because we went down the hole.
We wouldn't have even known it was him. We probably just killed him and moved on and then found out later it was him.
He probably would have made sure I saw a familial connection. Let's be
Well, you
fair.
guys have no idea what would have happened because you guys didn't go down that way.
That's true. We
I like
can
to
only
think
make
it was-
You guys
assumptions.
missed out on what could have happened by doing something else.
And we'd have gotten a stern talking to.
In
I've
this
had a
game,
stern talking to.
in this
We've
game
been
of
dressed
choices,
down by
you
Nanny.
decided.
It's okay. I feel better
But
about
in
it.
this room filled with the singed vampiric trees and the kind of reminiscing of like you see Buford kind of coming up and you see
Aw.
him kind of like looking down the hole and being like, and then all of a sudden you guys walk in, he's like, and he kind of runs over, kind of like seeming almost oblivious to kind of everything else because he was like it was that thing where it's like you see the dog like looking down the elevator shaft. And then you guys kind of enter into this space and you see on the other side of the room where the door is, you see a single bottle of glowing liquid
Somebody left it for you.
with
Somebody-
with a wax seal on it.
Yeah,
Somebody
I'm going to
left it for
examine it
you.
without actually touching it.
You see, you go up to it,
Pretty sure I know what this
and this is a
damn thing
purple liquid. This is a purple liquid with a wax seal on it.
Does it say mom?
A wax seal. The wax seal of Goldcrest is on it.
Nice.
Underneath the wax seal, between the seal and the bottle, is a single piece of paper.
And what does it say?
So you take it out and you open it, and echoing into the space is a voice.
Lux, do you really think that I'm gonna sit here and waste my time fighting you?
Yeah.
I have more valuable things to do. But I do have to thank you for killing that absolutely stupid oaf of a forest lord that they have here. I'm taking my research. I'm taking the boy. I'm taking what I did in Ashura. And don't worry, I'll improve on it. This is sloppy work. I hate working in a team that I'm not in control of. Because you know how good of work I do by myself. The boy will be an interesting addition. I can't wait to see how I can improve him. Ta-ta. Oh yes, and enjoy my new flavor.
The boy flavor.
He's alive.
I examined the contents.
You kind of are looking at it. You see this kind of effervescent, purplish liquid that kind of has this iridescent look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly sure what it does. You could give it a taste or give it a smell.
I'm gonna smell it. I'm not gonna taste it.
You kind of pop it open and you hear that satisfying and you like give it a smell, and all of a sudden you feel this kind of lightness to your head. It's kind of almost like swagger take you over. It's kind of like, oh, I feel like hitting the town.
Oh no.
Phoenix Felicis. Bastard. Close it up. Well, at this point, we've already seen everything in this temple, right?
I think everything for the temple, yeah. I'm not sure that we should burn it down or anything, but
No, we
I was
should-
kind of
We
thinking.
still don't know what
we
we're going to
can't-
do with those ladies down there.
No, we.
And we also have the people inside the tunnel that had all the
Those we may be able to do something.
Because of
about.
Solace and him
Um.
rewriting the thing.
Let's have them go do that. At least we know what to do with there, right?
I
Right.
need to
So
do
you guys
some
go head back up.
Yeah.
research.
So you guys start heading back up, and you guys get to that section where you found the Oakborn kind of sitting.
Oh,
in
he
the
was going to
things.
take his own. They're going to be empty.
And you guys go into one of these kind of chambers, and you see most of them are gone.
Is Tujan still there?
So that
You see only the last 5 are left because they were the ones who were recently brought in.
Great.
Well, we can save them if we can.
And in each room you see the last 5. So you see 15 are left of the somewhere around 120 that were here.
Excellent. At least somebody got an army when they came.
And he's working for Oberon. We think.
He's working with Oberon.
What?
They're working for someone else. A strategist.
We still don't know who the strategist is.
Actually, you do know it's Kellic.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Get busy, Solus.
She says, so the Ashran army is working for the enemy. So we can no longer account for an Ashran
Well,
army.
you know the
So
Oakborn are
so-
working
The
for the
Oakborn.
Ashran army.
So destroying the Oakborn would have been a wise idea.
Or attempting to reverse the thing back
Immediately.
then.
Instead of waiting.
Going down, so dealing with the Orcborn when you first came in, going down the long way. So you guys undid a lot more of this. May have been a good idea.
We didn't know
But-
that.
We didn't know that, so we didn't have the plan.
I didn't know that.
No, how could you?
How could you have known that?
Oh,
I'm not
wait.
saying it's like bad adventurers. Bad little adventurers. I'm saying that you guys made your decisions, so did the bad guys.
Bad little wizard.
All right. So Solus and
So, Malharas, if you want to make an Arcana check to kind of determine
Yeah.
what needs to be made, what needs to be changed. And then if someone wants to roll a proficiency check for Solus, you guys all have the same proficiency.
Dirty 20.
So you are able to see what needs to be changed inside of the arcane sigils in order to reverse it. You see like an added accent here, a changed like you can change like an A to an O over here, and over here, and like another change over here, and you should be able to reverse it
okay, with advantage since he's
with
got,
advantage. Yes.
Since he's got his
Have
stuff.
we felt the artifact?
Oh, that's adding them
leave
together.
Ashra yet?
That's what that is. 16.
I was like,
No.
holy cow.
I know.
Like it's not like a thing where
like,
it's just like
You nailed it.
it's gone. It's just like it's left, and the effect of it will lessen until it's gone.
The cursed artifact?
Yes.
19.
19. With a few strokes of the chisel, Solus is able to follow Malharas's instructions and change these, and you see like the roots inside the people like glow and begin to recede.
I wonder if it has any effect on the others.
I'll go check.
We don't know where it is. Where he is.
Oh, the one's down there.
There are no more.
The mothers.
Oh, that's not the same thing.
That's not the same
It's
thing.
not.
All right, never mind then.
The only other Oakborn are still in the city.
Oh, we'll see when we come back.
Oh yeah. So hopefully, if they.
Will they all have a
Well,
better
maybe when
idea?
they're disconnected, they are what they are.
So
You know? Oh, Jelly Ghost Virus. Sent us a dinosaur. Oh, he's rating us with a party of 5. Hello!
hey, thank you.
I don't know what this means.
Hello and welcome.
Somebody's
Thank you for
having
the
fun.
raid.
Somebody's having fun.
That's-
Okay, so what's
we're
our next stop? Oh, we might have stuff to go. Well, the husks are not being controlled anymore, so.
The husks are now
Yeah.
cleaned up.
So, the only thing left is to go up and back to Asher.
There's nothing we can do about the
We have to go
mothers.
back to Asher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should probably tell them that their temple has been
Cleanse.
cleansed,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
severely
pick up-
dealt with.
I think
That you have their most holy artifact.
I'm not gonna do that.
That you have uncovered what's been this guy's been doing for the past 1,000 years.
Oh, yeah,
That
we
is
uncovered
that
that.
is important.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, this guy has been manipulating you and stealing your young people to be
They didn't like
used in some
they
kind
didn't
of
like
factory.
Yeah, as,
alleviating
like,
the animals that were
experiments.
controlling them.
Because you didn't explain anything and you just
Yeah.
burned down their village.
Well,
So
they
I'm
were
going to
like-
pick up some of the survivors and take them with me.
Well,
Yeah.
they're still interwired and they need time to unwire.
Yeah.
Mm.
They need to heal.
All right.
When we do get outside the citadel, I'm going to take that moth that Blythe gave me and before releasing it, whisper to it to Zathrian, letting him know. Adrasani and Grzinski are gone. Are gone. I found your wife. I don't know how to cure her. Your son is not here, but we have an idea of where he's gone. But we've uncovered some things about the Citadel, and I would believe it is safe for you to return. I would like your help.
Alright. And the moth flies away. And you guys
Pray he's okay enough.
and you guys exit out of the temple. And when you originally entered the temple, this space was dark and gloomy and filled with a blue light. And as you kind of enter into this space now, there's still a darkness here because it's deep within the forest where the trees are thickest. But there's no gloom. The darkness and coldness of the space has been replaced by a warmth that you're seeing from like the midday sun as it is currently kind of breaking through the trees. You see the kind of tree mothers that they were in their kind of forms, all taking on more of like that kind of silent tree pose. From these kind of large petrified trees to the small little like petrified trees, still in that kind of human-esque shapes, but much more tree-like than they were before. You see the forest, you see the wall of thorns has been receded, kind of opening up into this kind of normal space. You see the light of the forest kind of continuing on after like a certain, like 200, 300 meters. You see like the normal lights of the forest. Birds are beginning to sing.
So it's kind of
You hear
like
a cricket.
Beauty and the Beast, where the castle's turned into. Wow.
And just off to the side, you see like a group of animals.
Oh,
So like you
cage
see,
'em.
so you see some like deer and a badger, and you see like all these kind of like strange, like this strange assortment of animals kind of looking over at you.
We need to shoo them away.
Yeah, we need to kill them all.
No, we need to shoo them away.
And that kind of, the deer kind of looks at you, looks at all of you, and with this kind of purplish gleam in its eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to shoot it.
Turns and walks away. And this kind of small troop of animals begin to like what you can almost assume as migrate out of the forest.
So do you think that they're the
The bad
magical
guys.
animals that
Yeah.
we need to go get?
Absolutely.
Because
We need to
I
kill
would
those guys.
totally go kill them. Okay, we're killing them.
Chasing down the group of animals?
Why not? They have a purple glow on them, and do I sense any like?
You
What is
assume
it?
that they're leaving, that they're migrating out.
leaving.
But if they're able to cause more
They're
trouble, then
I
they
mean,
need
They're
to.
not.
you can hunt them.
You can hunt them, but
They're just animals. I mean, they're just animals now. So now you can hunt them.
they can't do anything now. They're powerless.
Are we sure?
you
I
can go and
don't
hunt them.
believe you.
No one's stopping you from hunting animals.
No.
I mean, they're just badgers now.
I just had
They're
a-
badgers
I
and
had a
deer
couple meat
and
pies. I'm good.
and chipmunks and all that
I
kind of
don't
stuff.
care
They're
if
just
you
they're just
kill it.
animals now.
They're
They're animals with some kind of magical ability. You're not exactly sure what they can do.
Okay, then we'll leave them
I mean,
alone.
you can hunt them. I mean, it's not too hard.
No, it's okay. I'm not hungry, so
I mean, if you want meat, I mean, it's right there.
I don't need it.
Can we drain them of their magic before they leave?
I guess everything was already imbued with magic, which was why.
It's
I
good.
bet
What,
you I could bite into them and take
but
it
you can
out.
always hunt one down and see if that works.
There you go.
I'll hunt one down with you.
Do you guys go off and hunt one?
No, I don't. I'll leave it alone.
You guys go off and hunt one? You guys
I'm
wanna
not
hunt,
stopping.
hunt
you
down a
guys.
deer?
It's alright.
No, let's go.
There's a
Let's go
rabbit.
back. Let's go back.
It's good.
We've already killed a rabbit today. We don't need to kill another one.
It's good.
Capybara?
Capybara! It's in a forest.
Nobody said it had to make sense. D&D.
Capybara. Okay, so we leave the thing, and I guess we're going back to Ashra.
So, heading back to Ashra. You guys going through the forest, and you guys find, like, that the forest is calmer. That the birds are beginning to sing more. The light is starting to go through the trees. A little brighter. Everything's starting to be a little bit, less eerie. And as you can reach Ashra, at the Ashra proper,
It's a thriving city now.
that you know, you still see the people kind of normally mulling about. However, you see that the trees that originally like the kind of barracks for the Oakborn, people are kind of going inside of them now. There seem to be people who are like interacting with these kind of Oakborn barracks. You see the lodge house that was originally at one time Adrasani and Grudzinski's place of operation. That whatever was left of it has been cleared away. You see that you see various carts
and things, and kind of like you'd assume that people are moving, like they're like piling things onto carts, like and preparing things to leave.
Because I don't feel safe.
And kind of amongst
They
all
wanted
this,
to know.
amongst all this hubbub in like the kind of the center of the city where the heart of the forest is, you see your father kind of standing up there, kind of giving direction, kind of being like, "Yeah, go do this. Yeah, go do that."
Yeah. She'll walk over to him.
So in kind of a conversation with another person, he's like, "Yep, make sure that all this is ready to go. And we can't leave tonight because we still gotta wait for the plants to steep in the so we can have them ready for travel. So we'll leave tomorrow morning at dawn." And he was like, "Oh, hello." Yeah, as you guys kind of all return into the space. And he's like, "How did it go? Where's Elazar? Did he?"
He's gone.
He stomped
He
off.
kind of like, kind of
No.
lowers his hat.
Not dead.
I don't remember him.
He's not dead.
He's not
Oh,
dead.
he's not?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, okay. Not yet.
You don't
Is
need
he
to remember him.
No.
You don't need to remember
Not
him.
yet.
Okay, not remembering him. Well, I have to remember him.
You might want to just forget.
I wish I could forget him. Sometimes.
Yeah.
You're planning to take all the people that we just saved in that building with you?
What building?
We found some things in the Citadel.
No, I'm sure.
Not good things. Bad things. Very bad things. Bad things.
I'm sure they weren't pleasant.
Bad things. Bad little tree people.
Tree people. What tree people?
It's just
She's talking about the tree mothers.
Oh, yeah.
We found Zath's wife.
Oh, that's good. She okay?
no.
Well,
She's
Oh,
one of
really?
the bad little tree people.
Oh, shoot.
and funny enough, all of Elazar's wives were all turned into tree mothers.
Oh, that kind of explains the mysterious appearances.
Dodged that bullet.
Oh yeah, I guess you kind of did.
I dodged that bullet regardless of if I married him or not. The person running the Dark Citadel was an unseelie fae working for Oberon, who was in league with Mordemoins. His artifact was there. It is gone now.
Oh, you guys destroyed it?
It's gone.
Okay, sounds good.
So that things are a little brighter, actually.
Well, that's good.
It's
What about the Oakborn?
the Oak
Kind of cleaning them up. We forced to kind of realize what was going on there.
They were an experiment to
We've been kind of dismantling the Oakborn after cleaning up what you guys destroyed.
Did they change recently?
Well, no, they kind of just stagnated. But after cleaning up the ones that you guys destroyed, we realized what was going on there. And we've been, as you see, he kind of points off to the barracks, and you see people kind of going in and out. He's like, we've been dismantling the Oakborn barracks, and we've been laying them to rest. Giving them funeral rites, ensuring that their souls are allowed to pass on.
There are about 5 in the Dark Citadel that were
50.
50. Thank you.
15.
15. There were about 15 in the Dark Citadel that they were able to save. They're currently still recovering.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure to There's a lot to do around here.
I don't.
You can use an extra pair of hands.
There's about
But,
150 more of them who have been taken prisoner by Azrael.
Who will definitely be
Who will be
attacking.
using them to destroy other people in other villages and things.
And he's
What are your
prob-
plans to do to save them? Those are your people.
And this Azrael also has Zath's son,
he's the guardian.
who was trying to become champion to defeat Zath and take over for him.
Well, that is rather disturbing.
There's a lot,
Oh yeah, there is. There is a lot out there.
and there's a lot of scrolls and archives actually there that are all in a
Well,
language I learned how to read and speak in the Fae.
well, that's very handy. I have called a gathering of the various different glands and outcroppings of the Ashran faith from around the forest. We will be meeting, and we will be kind of pulling ourselves together to find out what is true and what has been warped in the time since the loss of Ashra. We'll be doing deep research into the Dark Citadel, and I think that's probably the best place for us to start. We want to, but first of all, on behalf of myself and this community, I do want to say thank you, all of you, for what you have done. You have showed us that we don't get smug about it. Thank you for what you've done. You still burned down You still set an open fire inside of a droughted forest. Remember that.
Did I?
But
Did I?
yes, you did.
I did not.
That was
Yes,
me.
you did.
That was
That
him.
that was
was
me.
you, but it kind of.
Not me.
If you're part of a group, it's kind of an all of you thing.
No, that's
That's true.
that's a lot of
So we-
leadership, not
Yes,
a leader.
You,
We.
you.
The royal
We.
we.
I had nothing to do with it.
The second fire, absolutely. The first fire.
That was on me. That one actually was
So I guess that is a we.
No, the first one was a me.
The first one was
Oh,
him. The second
First
one was
me.
an
The
us.
second one was definitely a you.
Yes.
But we're not here to point fingers.
Exactly, because then that would be really bad for the both of us.
I'm trying to thank you,
There's
and
more-
you're trying to throw it in my face. And I'm
more fires.
trying to
Be nice.
one up me on something. And I was trying to be courteous. I can stop and not care and send you guys off with a middle finger and send you guys off with
Wow.
with that.
Please-
I was trying to be courteous, and you guys can try and throw that back in my face.
No,
Or we
Dad.
can go with this through courteous.
No.
Which one would you want?
No, Dad. What?
Courteous or not?
I'm taking courteous. I'm always taking courteous.
I know. I'm gonna get the rest of the you in this situation. Are we doing courteous or we doing not?
We're doing courteous.
Here's what I would suggest.
We're
I
doing
would
courteous.
suggest. I would suggest that we are no longer courteous because your people are still imprisoned. This is not a time for being courteous. This is a time for your people to rise up and fight the person who has enslaved your people.
Well, if you let me finish, I was getting that.
All right.
But we decided to be
We'll be
Not
courteous.
courteous.
Please just
No, we're
be.
being
we decided
courteous.
to check the courteous at the door.
We're being
So-
courteous.
We will skip the courtesy.
Technically, there's
we will
no
skip
door.
the courtesy. I have called a meeting of the various glens of Ashra and the Ashran Forest and Faith. We will be doing a deep dive into what our religion means, what has been warped, and what has been changed over the 1,000 years due to this unseelie influence. We'll be, as you have stated, there is quite a number of information and things to be done at the Black Citadel. We will be heading there to undo what damage has been done. I myself would love to extend a helping hand to the rest of Torrenvon.
That's
But
great.
as you have said, there's quite a lot to be done here, and I am one man. I am one man. When Zathrin is better, I'm sure he would like to lead a attachment of Asherin conscripts to the aid of the goddesses.
I sent a message to him to meet.
That's very
here,
good. That's very good.
If he's
But-
awake.
Until then, my hands are tied. My people do need me. I'm a leader in this community, and I'm one man, and there is going to be a lot of work to do.
She looks at that last. She goes,
2 pairs of
I guess
hands.
we
I don't need
can
one.
say
I only have
thanks.
1 pair of hands.
Thanks for making him a leader, too. Because he wasn't
Yeah.
a leader before. He was just some guy.
Well, I was a leader.
He was just dad. Now he's Mr. Dad.
That's right.
He's
You know, we
always been-
had leadership, and then
Yeah.
you abruptly killed them.
And now you're the leadership. I feel good about my choice.
You abruptly killed the leadership
It's okay.
without any prospect of replacing said leadership.
And you stood up. I'm so glad. I'm very proud that I met you.
These people of your group are very frustrating.
I agree. That's something we can agree on.
And these people are very frustrating. The cat's okay.
So we all agree that the things that have, although unfortunate at the time, turned out to be the right things.
Well, I was going to thank you, and then you said, screw the courtesy.
I didn't
so.
see anything.
No, I did not say screw the courtesy.
I didn't say screw anything.
I believe
Fresh
only one
meat.
of us said screw the courtesy.
That was me.
And that's because the Oakborn are now traveling with his enemy.
And that's my fault?
No.
So I'm going to go up to him
No.
and I'm going to say, we may agree or disagree on a lot of different things.
I
But-
believe we're agreeing on many things.
Yes.
So let's just agree, Lux.
Just know that regardless of how you feel about the situation or me, I'm going to be the one who's going to hunt down the person who's enslaved your people.
And I'll be very thankful if you do.
Very well.
Know that we will be here
And there
Doing
will be
our-
courtesy.
that we will be here doing our very best to try and understand what's been done and undo it.
Exactly.
And we will be sending help in the form of our people.
And I put up my hand out for him to shake.
Bites it when he
And
grabs
then she
it.
goes,
He does that kind of like arm thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, again, thank you for what you have done. And
you're welcome.
He's like,
there's
deep,
that thing again.
A deep.
There's that thing that
A
there's that thing that
deep,
makes
like,
me
bow.
really hate the young people of this day and age. It's kind of sarcasm that's just not no. Back in my day, there was a time in which there
She's
was
like,
thankful,
I think we gotta go.
and people were thankful, and that was it.
She's like,
But now
okay,
there's
guys,
sarcasm
come on,
everywhere."
let's go. Come on, scooting
I
cat
was
up,
trying
picking
to
the
be
cat up.
nice. I was trying to offer supplies and do all this stuff.
Office supplies.
Offer
Offer
supplies.
supplies.
Oh,
office supplies.
Yo, you think we have an office
Stationary.
max up here?
I'm like, there's a.
You
You think we got a gnome
Letters.
depot?
Hello, Depot! I love it!
Oh my gosh.
You can find what you need at the gnome depot. It's a
No, people was more building supplies. We're looking for more something like
no,
that.
it's all kinds of supplies now.
It really is.
I don't
We could
have a
sup-
gnome depot.
we
Last
could-
time I was in the Western Plains, they had a gnome depot. And
We
they
could
said
use-
something about expansion.
We
but
could
we never
use
got
some.
one
We
here.
we are going to the Grey
Her
Labyrinth.
gypsum
next.
had one over on the eastern coast.
She's like, we are going to the Grey Labyrinth. You could. Maybe,
There's no gnome depot there.
no, there's not. We've Googled it. And
There's no worries. We have the king of the Grey Labyrinth with us.
Yeah, we're not worried about getting into the Grey
Oh
Labyrinth.
yeah, how does he plan on dealing with the Civil War over there?
I'm sure he'll deal with it as
As kingly as possible.
abruptly as soon as he gets there.
Yes.
But we got to get him there.
Considering what
Did
you
you
guys
say-
did here, I pray to the goddess that it's better. That you learn something. That you learn something from here.
Yes.
If anything, then please tell me that you learned something from here.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I learned that when we go to the Grey Labyrinth, it's mostly stone, which means we can set everything on fire.
You know what? That is very true.
I look forward to seeing
Don't
the Grey
set
Labyrinth.
fire. If you remember this, if you remember this, if
I
you
look
remember
forward to
anything
seeing your
from your
homeland.
time in Ashra,
And setting it on
if you
fire.
remember anything from your time in Ashra, remember that
Don't use fire in the woods.
fire in the woods is very bad. You see this kind of guy who kind of has like this very broad build, kind of little like pointed hat with a big thing. He kind of is a very hairy man.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of looks
smoky.
up, kind of like almost
Smoky.
looks like he has this kind of like
Bear ass.
like bear-esque form, and he kind of like reeks of smoke. He goes, "Remember, only you can stop forest fires." And he walks off.
She's like,
You misunderstood. I'm the one who starts
she's like,
them.
let him up, people.
He's the one that stops them.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
She's like, okay. She's like,
James, can you hear?
So what did you? So where were the supplies you were saying you were giving us to get to the Grey Labyrinth?
Yes, we have gathered together and we have gotten for you some provisions, some supplies that you may take on your
Top
journeys.
quality Ashran materials.
Well, you know, it's quality. It's Ashran quality.
So not top.
It's nice. I mean,
It's nice.
It's good quality.
it's Gold Star. I mean,
That's
it's
Gold
all
Star.
natural,
Gold Star.
no preservatives.
As someone who grew up here, it's actually good quality.
Organic.
It's not sap.
Organic.
Yeah, organic. Old,
Made by the
made by the earth.
earth. You like the earth.
Yeah, you like the earth.
I like living things.
Oh yeah,
The
we
earth
don't-
is alive.
We don't got those.
Living
We don't eat
things?
those. Well, we do have those, but we don't eat them.
Okay, so what are you giving us? Because we need to.
He gives you food.
Nice.
He gives you food, like various, like, you know, kind of
Jerkies.
jerky. Well, no jerky, because they don't eat animals.
No.
So it's like, you know,
Broccoli.
trail mix.
Broccoli jerky.
trail mix, that kind of thing.
Can you make broccoli jerky?
Trail mix, apples.
Oh, a
Freeze
soup.
dried.
It's like the super mix. Like the superfoods, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see some like lambness.
Broccoli slaw. Some.
Do I see one of your imps running around?
Well, they're with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's three left.
I grab one.
Excuse me.
You see Stabby, like,
Don't be grabbing.
I'm gonna borrow him for just a moment.
No. Yeah.
I need your assistance, and I figured
he
that
kind of
you'd
like
go through him.
takes out a shard of glass. He's like,
Don't stab him.
he's like not able to stab you with it. He's like,
Don't hurt him. 'Cause
Oh, no,
I
I'm not
have
gonna
to.
hurt him.
I have to account for these.
And you take him off. You take him out into the woods, I guess.
I have to account for him.
Yes, I'm gonna take very good care of him.
You know, I can see what you're doing, right?
Yes, I need you to cast a spell through him.
What spell?
Oh, okay.
Empty the dead bodies.
Oh, I'm not gonna
Oh
do
my
that.
So I'm gonna keep walking out into the middle of the
He can.
place, and I'm gonna start digging some graves for
He
the
can
people.
teleport.
Oh god. Okay.
So you are digging graves for 40
We
some
should
odd
probably
40
tell
some odd
this guy.
people in the middle of
Shouldn't we tell
Ashra.
her dad that we have some people that we need to.
Outside?
bury?
Oh yeah,
Asher?
that's right. Well, that's
Should
what I'm
we
going
tell
outside.
somebody?
So I'm gonna actually tell Dad before I leave. Say,
Is there a place that we can bury a few people?
Well, we are kind of building mass graves for the various Oakborn.
Dad,
Do you mind if I put an additional 40?
we'll just throw somebody
You
on
have
top.
40 dead bodies on you?
No.
Yes.
He kind of looks at you. Where?
In his
And I
pocket.
I want to make sure that these
Well,
bodies.
I mean, yeah, is that like not being sensitive? Is that like your food?
No.
It's not a lot.
Just like your people, your Oakborn need a place to rest and
Yes.
be at peace. So do the people need rest and peace that are inside of these cards.
Okay, very well. We will.
If you can point me in the direction of the.
Well,
That's
it's
great.
less of like a place. It's not like we have like a place that you can just go shove them. We can just tell you to put them in this. Well, I guess there is then a place that you can then just shove them. And he kind of takes you over to this place where like where people are preparing the Oakborn, like kind of removing what's left of the wood that they can take off and still be kind of decent to the body, and preparing it to go and doing funeral rites.
Okay. For every person you release,
Because they're in
I give you back all your cards.
So you're giving me my cards.
As soon as they're all released, yes,
Well,
absolutely.
You give me the card, or I can't do the
Very
thing.
well. And I hand you one card.
Over the next
It
40
is actually
minutes.
gonna
Over the
say-
next 45 minutes.
Over the next 45 minutes, you dump 40 bodies into the Ashern Woods.
Each one that you pull out, I arrange the bodies and I do a funeral rite over. A quick funeral rite, not a
Takes
6-hour
like 75
sermon.
hours, man.
Um,
Can we get a long rest while we're here?
Yes.
While
And
he's
so-
doing
Yeah,
this?
you can get a long rest.
So for each
Okay.
one, I hand you back your cards until all of them have been put to rest.
I saw the like, how did you flutter your eyes so fast? How did you do that?
It's,
I'm like, man, gosh, there's like a
you see like a strobing effect when you do that?
Is there anybody left in any of these cards?
No,
So all your cards are empty, correct?
They're all empty.
because I have the one. Yeah, they'd be all empty.
Yeah,
All
they're
of them are
empty.
empty.
I have only empty ones. So.
You see, like, all of these people are coming out, and they have, like, various well-dressed clothes. You see various...
Anything nice on them?
You could
You
probably
see a lot
like,
of well-dressed clothing.
So
you
is
could
it
probably
like
find some things
weapons
on their
or-
bodies.
So we'll loot the body as well. Right?
So, yeah, you find
Well,
some, like,
loot them
elegant
all.
weapons.
Give. That's right.
Very respectful.
Well, they
I
don't
don't
need
care
this
if-
stuff anymore.
Yeah, I'm totally in
Any
favor of
magic
this.
rings? Any
No
amulets,
magic rings, nothing
magical.
magical on them. You can assume that anything magical on them was taken off
Taken
of
off
them.
them.
Or, like, was made sure that they didn't have it on them before. And, like, you find some really, like, nice weapons. Some, like, some really elegant scissors that could be, like, sold for a high price. Some nice clothing that could be sold for a high price. Some, like, rings and
Okay.
stuff that can be sold for a high
Oh, that's
price.
I help you.
But nothing, like, magical.
Yeah.
So good source of income.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a yard sale.
Like, easily, like, you could sell all of this stuff for about, like, a good 3,000, 4,000 gold.
All right.
That's a lot of cat food.
There you go. We'll probably sell it somewhere else other than here. I don't think they have that
Yeah.
much gold on them here.
You could
but-
assume that if you're in the Platinum City, you get a good 3,000, 4,000.
I don't think we're about there.
There we go,
If
there
you're,
we go.
like, in another, like, smaller city, probably one of these garments would go for about that much.
Okay. So yeah, I just make sure that the bodies and the souls are taken care of. Their belongings they're past needing those things. So.
So as you're kind of doing all these kind of final rites, you only find a few that still have, like, the souls attached to them.
Okay, that's great.
Because most of them were killed by people.
Oh, good. And so,
Is that good?
well, I mean,
They were
their
killed by
souls,
people.
their souls being tormented.
I mean, some of
for
them
eternity.
Weren't killed by people. They were
Weren't
killed
They
by
were
killed
killed by
justice.
monsters.
They're killed by monsters.
Well, they wouldn't be killed by justice.
No, never once did I say they were killed by justice. I said they were killed by a monster.
A monster. Well, he was a monster.
That's not how that works.
Anyway,
It's monster classification. It's a type.
okay, I get
So
you.
after the last one is
So,
Put to
also,
rest.
there's something else that can be done during a long rest. You doing it?
yes.
Any
Yes.
reason why I shouldn't do this?
No,
Yes.
Why
do
you
it.
shouldn't eat it?
no,
Yeah.
no. We're gonna need you fully
What,
formed.
okay, what does this staff do?
It changes depending on who has it.
A lot.
Tastes delicious.
You would either need to attune to it or have him eat it.
I
So-
think we should have him eat it, just because he.
My
needs his
concern
power
was we were going to need it to cure the force, but it seems like the force is being pretty much dealt with
back. naturally,
on its own.
organic,
Organically.
Sorry, I'm underwater. I'm dying.
So that was my one concern about using it before
What
I
do you mean?
do it.
Delicious.
I say you go for it.
I
We
say
need
go
you-
for it.
We need you strong.
We need you powerful. So
By making
You
you
want some of
stronger,
this
then you
water?
help us become stronger.
it's okay. Your
So we get to
beloved
level up
wife
again?
shared her water.
Do
with you.
you want
2
some of
levels.
this? I
Yeah.
got more in here.
Yay!
What'd you say?
I do the. I if no one else has any
I'm
other
gonna protect
thing,
him while he's doing
Yeah,
his
I
thing.
do my thing.
Guidance.
Okay. So where do you do this?
Right there. next to
In
the
the
walls, man.
remainder of the longhouse.
Because you could go into the heart of the forest. and do it there.
You probably should stay close by in case.
Which-
Oh yeah, you
Which
need your arms and
obscures
legs. You need your normal form, so
And I don't need my normal form. I'm sure it wouldn't.
it's
make
not
it
gonna hurt.
harder.
So I'll
Sure.
stand guard of the of the heart of the forest and send the imps.
Does anyone want to
So-
go in there with him to kind of help him in this, or
Absolutely.
give
Are you
it?
gonna
Oh,
go?
yes, he is form too.
I'm there casting guidance on you and making sure that you're protected with if anything happens to you.
So you go into the heart of the forest, and it fills with that opaque purple glow. And Lux comes in with you, and Lux, you see Malharas's human form.
This is a good man of business.
So you take the staff out from Braun,
Yes.
and while you're in here, he just slips you a piece of paper.
I got the paper. Oh, the ingredients, yeah. Oh, yeah, I better shop while I'm here. I read all the ingredients. Can I get them in the ashram?
He kind of knows where you are, so he kind
Okay.
of gives you ingredients list based on where you are.
Okay, so I'll
It's
shop.
going to take like
Local
like
cuisine.
the rest
Thank
of
you.
your short rest to gather the rest of your long rest to gather these.
That's okay.
So, taking out the staff of the force and giving it to Malharas, you begin to separate the magic from this artifact. I'm going to have you roll me an Arcana check.
$24.
24. As you begin to pull the threads of magic that were inlaid in this object, you are actually able to separate the creation, destruction, and wish threads, and you can make one of these more prevalent than the others. So you can take the more destructive abilities, you can take the more creative abilities, or you can take the more wish abilities. But you can only take one as the dominant.
Do I know what the more general premises of the three would be?
You can assume that the destruction abilities will more focus on evocation, doing damage, that kind of thing. Creation will be more on the conjuration, enchantment kind of abilities. And wish would be more on the kind of the more transmutation, also kind of some of the conjuration kind of abilities, a little bit of evocation. That's what wish is. It's more of like wish is imposing your will. Creation is creating something. Destruction is destroying something.
What if you wish to destroy something?
Well, that you're imposing your will to destroy something. It's very different than just wanting something destroyed.
Oh, I want it.
Do I get the idea that being destruction, I would gain more from the destruction? Or do I feel like a more linear, a more like horizontal thing, like choosing one of the other ones would be more beneficial? Like, would the destruction be like way more potent on me than the other two?
You can assume that with your magical style, the destruction part of this would be extremely potent.
Okay.
You can also assume that magic is a kind of like one of those feeding games where each one of them feeds into the other. So if you were to take the creation abilities, you can probably assume that those would mix with other parts of your abilities. Same thing with wish, but it's not definitive. So you would have to learn how to use these ones. Well, this one you're more accustomed to.
Okay.
This one, in layman's terms, this one would do a lot of numbers. This one would give you a lot of abilities.
Okay.
This one will do numbers. This one will do abilities.
And I'm assuming the destruction is the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're looking for them numbers.
To heal is a great deal, but the best defense is a big offense.
I prefer to offend.
That's the way my father did it. That's the way Torin Bond does it. And it's worked
creation.
out so far.
Creation.
Yep.
So you take the creation strand and
Okay. You just poke your hand?
That's a sharp
D20. D4.
Oh,
I don't
damn!
even know where this came from.
Oh, that's mine.
There it is. You got a
Hey,
sharp
yeah.
D20.
It is very sharp.
Is it one of those that are like oddly light?
It's
It's very
resin.
light.
Oh yeah, I have one of these from like Crystal Maggie or something. Yeah, I have one of these. My Crystal Maggie dice roll like shit.
Yeah, mine are very sharp.
Yeah, mine are very sharp too.
But so you take the creation strand and you weave it more prevalent in the kind of threading, and you take that and you kind of intake it into your body. And on your human form that you're currently kind of showing, there's like a visible change as you begin to intake this magical essence. And the staff kind of begins to glow, and the magical essence kind of like floods into you, and for a moment the purple changes to green before being once again reabsorbed into the purple, but the purple seems brighter and then dies down. And on your human form, you have like a creeping vine going up your arms now.
Tattoos.
I will give you a card with the various abilities that you gain. Because I will not tell you them right now. But if you wanted to play around with something right now, you do have the ability to conjure woodland spirits.
Oh, awesome.
A cat conjuring spirits.
It's a very powerful magical act.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm glad. we have-
Wish, the main ability of Wish was to make, was to like animate plants, which imposing your will. Destruction was, you know,
destroying things.
well,
Probably
no.
like I'd probably get like the blight spell.
Yeah. Well, not the blight spell. That's a little high level for you guys
Yeah.
right now. But like, you know, something akin to that. Like fireball, but it's poison.
Oh.
It's very destructive.
But yeah, so you eat the staff of the forest, and as you kind of finish and it's kind of there, it just crumbles and falls away to nothing.
Dust. Well, at least Azrael won't get it.
Now, nobody has it.
Right.
No one can have it.
That's
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
His little kittiness, he's gonna come up, burp.
But yes, you are able to finish up your long rest. You guys are able to get ready to move on, and the next day, you guys are
Gonna go
ready-
shopping, get
ready
with
to,
Bron.
you guys are well. You've already done that because that's the rest of your short
Yeah.
of your long rest, and you guys are ready to head out. Yeah.
I wanted to do something during the long rest.
Well, what is it?
I wanted to talk with my dad.
Okay.
Tu padre es aquí.
My father is here.
I'm learning Spanish. Tu padre es loca.
Will
I
you
learned
all
that from
need
friends.
help reading the Sylvan and the Scrolls?
Well, as of right now, nobody in this neck of the woods reads Sylvan.
Neck.
We it kind of gum up the kind of
Did you
read.
just say gum?
Yes.
It gummed up like a gum
It
tree.
will gum up the development and
Research and understanding of this. If we don't understand the language, so that means we're gonna have to first understand the language
Like gum,
to then
like
figure
gum
the-
tree.
like tree gum. Like, yeah.
Are you there?
Like xanthan gum.
Like, that's funny. It's gum tree.
there are gum trees.
I know. I was laughing at that very thing.
Heck is wrong. But yes, we will have to learn the Sylvan language. It'll slow us down.
Ancient Duolingo.
I've been thinking a bit. What if I stayed for a little bit?
At this, your father kind of like perks up, and he's like, "Well, that's kind of up to you. we don't want to take you away from your mission.
It wouldn't take
I mean,
me
we
away.
would love to have you, and the faster we'd be able to kind of understand this and kind of get everyone back on the same page, the faster we'd be able to help the goddesses, of course.
Yeah,
Because
and I could always travel with Ashura to them afterwards. It wouldn't delay me.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
they
of
have to
course.
go get other people. I learned some things about myself, and I think I was so focused on what I didn't have that I didn't listen.
You definitely didn't listen.
And not just to you and Mom, but to things around me. Not as extreme as Ivy, but there is a reason I was so rebellious. I questioned.
Well, just gotta put this out there. We will never say no. We will never say no to you. Spend some time here. I will tell you that for the first part. I know Ivy would love to get to kind of talk to somebody else about what's going on with her. And I'm not going to deny that it's going to be that I thought I'd have to wait a lot longer time to have the family dinner than that I've been expecting. Now that Zath can finally come back into town and Ivy's here. But yeah, we'll never turn you down. And if you can spare us the time, we'd love your help. Because Black Citadel, that is a whole new ball game. We don't know what's going on in there, and we would love to have the help.
I'd also like to try and figure out how to save the Tree Mothers and get them back to who they were. Get Zath his wife, get all the others at least somewhat back.
There's a lot of work to do on the drive.
I know.
There's a lot of work to do. We let things get real bad around here. Don't push it.
I would like to.
Another.
I'd like to help. I think I've been lost for so long that I think this is where I need to be.
Well, it's up to you.
I didn't mean what I said all those years ago. I don't hate you or Mom.
No, I know that. You know, teenagers. I mean, Zathrian did his whole thing with us. As soon as that happened, I was like, maybe it wasn't just her. Maybe it's a teenager thing. I'm
So
dread
it's
the day
sad.
that Avondalyn does that. Oof. I don't want a tree thrown at me.
Did Zath throw a tree at you?
Well, no, he didn't throw a tree. He had entirely different abilities, and he inherited my fire abilities. So, it was less of like, hey, I'm mad at you, and the oven took flame, and we're like, oh shoot. But totally different thing.
Why are they cooking if they're vegetarian?
You
They
cook
can
vegetables.
cook vegetables.
You can saute vegetables. You can put things in dressings.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, you can saute blanch peas. Pea soup. You're making gazpacho soup?
Yeah.
Ugh. I live in a forest, but ugh. Gazpacho soup. Soup should not be cold.
And she'll go over and she'll give her dad a hug.
Very awkwardly, he's like,
You're gonna have to get used to it. I'm a bit more affectionate.
I'm gonna let you know, I haven't had adult children. I've never had the ability to have adult children. All of my children were left before adulthood.
There's a pattern here.
Well, first one was taken in the woods. The second one was conscripted, and then the third one hasn't even reached
The first
teenage.
one's still a child.
First one's not a child.
No, the
Not a
third
child.
one's still a
The
child.
third one's
sorry.
still a child, but she was also trying to be. Everyone's trying to take her away from us. So maybe it's not an us thing. Maybe it's the world thing trying to steal my children. That's why I got the operation after Von.
Well, damn.
Don't want to go through this a fourth time.
He's been wounded.
But yeah, she gives him a hug.
Kind of awkwardly, he hugs you back, and he's like, "Well, I guess I gotta go tell your mother."
She'll be happy.
Oh, I'm sure she will. She'd be trying to set up some kind of family dinner, game night. I'm sure she's been saving games.
Nice.
We'll probably want to go check on Zath and make sure he's not dead.
I've sent some people over that way. People kind of approach him in hushed tones, so we'll kind of play that by ear.
Okay.
But yeah, well, we will love to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now you get some sleep. And you guys finish up the long rest. And in the morning, you guys are ready to head out.
Amadrea comes up to you guys and just goes, I'm not coming with you.
What are you planning to do?
I'm gonna stay here for a little while and help them go through the Black Citadel, and they'll get through it faster if they have someone who can read Sylvan. And afterwards, I will travel with them to the goddesses with Zathran.
So you're not leaving us.
No, I'm not abandoning the mission or
The quest.
the quest or anything. I'm just, you all will have to go on without me for a little while. I used to be a cleric 5 years ago when I was in the Fae, and Oberon took that from me, and since then I have felt lost. And for the first time, I feel like I may have found a path forward. And I think not only will that be beneficial for everything here with what we're doing, but also it will help me in the long run.
Then we'll meet at the gate, and we'll fight together then. Until then.
I will see you all soon. Take care. And she will turn and leave and walk towards the heart of the forest.
And with that, one of your party has left.
Has abandoned.
I didn't
Abandoned the
abandon
cause. Abandoned the team.
And so you came into the Astron Forest with 5, and you leave with 4.
So I'm predicting that he's going to have everybody stay where they belong, and I'm going to be the only one sitting in Realm Rift, trying to kill that stupid Kubros buster. Oh, with the cat though.
Oh, someone else raided. Oh no, first time chatter from raid. No, someone else did raid. Dungeon Delver group. Hey, thank you for the raid.
Thank you so much. We are finishing up though, so.
Yeah. But yes, you have to say your goodbyes to Amadrya as you leave her behind in Asher to help pick up the pieces of her broken religion and family and community and head out back into the world.
It's nice to be thanked properly.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh God, what are y'all gonna do without me?
We're gonna set stuff on fire, so we're gonna.
It's nice to be thanked properly and
Heading
be
out
appreciated.
into the world, you guys pass the Church of Zathrian, where you see you see some various Ashran youths kind of picking him up and taking him into Ashraf, and you see this kind of bewildered look as he enters once more into the forest.
Oh, that's good.
He's kind of like, I'm allowed now?
Aww.
And he kind of walks back into the place that was his home.
Oh, that'll be nice for him.
And you guys head off into the world.
She's like, guys, we did good work.
That's right.
One down.
Good work, guys.
One player down.
Four to go.
You ate something very tasty. You got back on your feet. We saved a forest and a people. Released them from their prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
All right. Pick up this next time where we begin what I like to call the Grey Labyrinth arc.
That's right.
We just finished up after
I
our
like to call the setting on fire.
We leveled up again?
Yeah, we did. All right.
No. You guys leveled up. What you got for this?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Arc.